Hi everyone, Michael Sorgiovanni here, Living Your Power. Now, I thought I'd throw this casual blog video just from something that inspired me a bit earlier. I was talking to a friend and they were telling me about one of their friends and how they're going through a lot of anxiety at the moment and they're really struggling. Something happened from the past that's been recreated right now in their life and they're feeling very anxious. Now, a lot of the people I've been seeing, clients, people around, I'm noticing it's a rise that's happening everywhere. And if you look around the world, one of our biggest epidemics is the rise of anxiety. We're living in the time of the rise of anxiety. It's our millennium's newest form of disorder, so-called. And we have to ask ourselves, how have we allowed this to happen in the last 20 years? How have we allowed something so little become so big? And what do we call anxiety anymore? I look around and we think that anxiety is so many things that it's really not. We're diagnosing ourselves with any time we feel a certain way that doesn't feel comfortable, or we experience something that's not in line with what we really want. We put a label to anxiety. We're boxing ourselves in this category of diagnosis. We are starting to wake up. We're getting out of that because many years ago we've been a diagnosis-driven society, and now the holistic way is coming out once again, and we're starting to look a little bit open. So I think we need to be more open to an understanding of what actually anxiety is, because anxiety it's one thing. It's living out in the future. Think about it. Every time you've experienced an anxiety attack or any kind of anxious feeling, what were you thinking about at that time, or what presented in your life at that time? Normally you'll find and you'll discover that it tends to be something that's out in the future, not living in the present. Because if you're living in the present, you would be living in exactly as you're supposed to be, the amazing person that you are, filled with love and able to actually feel and manifest anything that you possibly want. Because that's who you are. And when you look back, you might experience something else. That's where we say sadness comes from. So sadness is past, anxiety is future. Okay? So what's our biggest solution? Our biggest solution is being more of you. But how do you become more of you? Becoming more of you is just really living in the now. Because anytime you're anxious, thinking about in the future or thinking about in the past, you're really allowing life just to go by. You're missing everything that's happening right now in the moment. You're not being present within yourself. You're not being present within the people that are around you, in your relationships, or at work, or whatever it might be. Being more present is just being more of you, and there's one way to do it. One way to do it is actually to be grateful for what you have and what you have going. And you might be in a position in your life where you might not think you're able to be grateful, but I guarantee you it's one thing if you push yourself just to be grateful, have some gratitude strategies in place to train yourself. You might wake up every day. Every day you might wake up thinking about how the day is going to plan out and how stressful, how many things you've got to do through the day, and what are you going to do here, what are you going to do there. And all that really is, it's programs. You're set in a certain way to think like that, okay? You subconsciously have programmed yourself to every time you wake up, that's your mode you go in. That's your pattern. You get up and you start thinking about the future. How do you override that? You override that with writing a new program. And the newest program for you to write to overcome all of that is to be present. Because when you're present and grateful, you're more aware, self-aware of everything that's happening around you. It's actually one of the solutions for so many things. It's a solution for negative thinking. Negative thinking is probably one of the biggest and largest addictions we have in this world as humans. And to overcome negative thinking is really to have an awareness of what's happening within yourself and around you. When you're fully in touch with yourself, there's no room for negative thoughts, because negative thoughts don't live in you, they live without you. And it's exactly like anxiety, it's out of you, it's not in you. What's in you is love, presence, and acceptance. So being grateful is your solution for all of these areas that are in your trouble. So I would actually set a task for yourself. Create some rituals. Create some rituals that you do every day. Write down 3 things that you're grateful for every day. The most successful people around the world have some form of gratitude ritual. Okay? So be more grateful for what you have in your life. Even all the negative experience, there is always a positive in a negative. Even if you're arguing with someone, there's a reason behind it. There's a lesson behind that. You can thank that person. You don't have to thank them physically, but you can thank that person energetically or on another level for giving you that experience to show you and teach you something to grow in that area. So the message here is be more grateful, be more appreciative of your life and everything you have around you, because in a blink of time, everything can go away and it can be gone. So right now, be present, be in the moment, and thank you for listening. Much love. I wish you all the wonders and everything in the world for your life, and thank you for listening.